Hey everyone, I'm Angela Fazio. Welcome to Moms in Real Estate.
And I'm Kristen Cantrell. And today we're going to be talking with Amanda Josephs out of Florida.
We're really excited because it's so frequent that real estate is somebody's second career. And this is an excellent example. So she's going to talk about her switch from her old career to her new career and all the struggles that got in her way but didn't stop her. So Amanda, we are so excited to talk to you today. Give us just a little bit of background about yourself.
Okay, by the way, thank you guys for having me here. I'm really excited and grateful for the opportunity. So my name is Amanda Joseph. I'm 26 years old, 26-year-old mom of two little girls. I'm in Florida right now, but I'm switching careers right now. My previous career was the military, which I'm transitioning out of. Um, Sorry, I'm nervous. But
okay. Totally normal.
Everyone gets nervous before they come on the podcast, but it's not nerve-wracking.
No,
it's
we're
just
good.
Conversation.
It's just you and me.
No, but
yeah,
I have two little girls, ages 1 and 2, Isabella and Ariana. I got married at 19. Just a little bit about me. Me and my husband got married at 19. We met in the Army basic training together. So we started to the end, and at 5 years, he got injured and unfortunately had to get out. So our plan was to do 20 years and retire. That was our plan from the beginning. That's what I've always wanted to do. But after getting out, he realized that he started a new career, and it's something he told me that he's always wanted to do since he was a kid. He just decided to do military. And from seeing him start this new career and thriving and being happy in this new career, I was like, wait a second. I love the military, but I actually wanted to do real estate. All my life, I just ignored it for some reason. I'm like, I just kind of pushed it to the side because and I told Christian a few days ago, I was like, I had a mentor when I was still in high school. And she's a real estate agent, and she had me going on house tours with her and stuff like that. And I was like, no, this is fun. I love it, but military is my way to go. So that's just.
I know. I love how your husband inspired you in that way. How cool is that?
You didn't tell me that before.
Yeah,
at least.
I didn't know
That's
that
exciting.
Either.
And it's really rare, although it isn't rare to move from one career to real estate, sometimes even as a third career. It is quite rare that you in your mind was like, I think I can do I think this real estate thing is something I'd like to do. And you thought that your whole life. Like most of us, it didn't even occur to me to want to get into real estate when I was young. Like wasn't even a thought in my mind.
I actually talked to a lot of people that say it like you, it got brain ninja'd inside of you at some point where you always thought about it, right? And so then it came back around. I love that.
Yeah, and you know what? My husband, a little bit about his story, because he went to Job Corps to be an electrician, and he finished, graduated, and he said for some reason he just had the process between graduating and finding a job, he got nervous, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to join the military because I want to have a plan. He's just like me. It's like not having a next step, a next plan. It's so nerve-wracking, so he was like, military is the way to go. And after that injury that he had to retire from the Army, he's like, I'm going to go after what I wanted to do. And every day he goes to his work, there's still little complaints, but he's like, I'm happy. He's like, it's hot every day, because he's a lineman. So he's like, I'm out in the sun every day. It's hot, but I'm happy. So he's like, I want you to do what you wanted to do, because you complain every time you do this. You complain every time you do that. So, yeah, I'm happy that I found real estate again, because it's just been something I've always wanted to do. But when you have your mind, when you're a person that likes to have plans, and I've had this plan since I was like 9th grade, Army is the way to go. I even joined the ROTC program in my high school. So I already knew and had everything in place. I even took my ASVAB in 10th grade. Like I had a plan.
Wow. Well, yeah. And you even said you and your husband said 20 years in the military, and you guys were 19. So to even think at 19, you had a 20-year plan is insane.
That doesn't even
compute
to me.
You know what's kind of crazy about you, Amanda, is that same, like that planning came with
Yes.
you into real estate, and you had like an epiphany. So tell everybody, because I think so many people need to hear this, because so many new agents think that they need to be like, oh my gosh, I have to know everything before I do XYZ. And you realized early, thankfully, that that's not necessarily what you need to do. So tell everyone about that.
Right. So my plans for when I start after I got my license and got with a brokerage is to just relax and learn everything, because fortunately for me, my situation wasn't I need to do this because I need money, or I need that wasn't my situation. So I was like, you know what? I can relax and just sit and learn as much as I can. But and I was learning. I was taking all the classes, and I was taking all the classes from my brokerage and stuff, and I started reading the a few real estate books. So I started with the A Millionaire Agent from Gary Keller, and it said something in there that just stuck out to me. And it said that you can be the smartest person in real estate and you can know everything, but no one's gonna know if you don't put yourself out there, or no one's gonna know, and you're not gonna be able to prove that unless you get leads. It's all about putting yourself out there and getting leads. And in the book, it was like, it doesn't matter if you don't know everything. Everyone's not gonna know everything. Real estate is so no one's gonna know everything about real estate. And it took that reading that to make me pause and say, oh my God, I need to put myself out there. I need to go into my office and actually meet other people, other agents, and network, and be a part of my community and let people know that I am, because I was keeping it a secret. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that, but I was
You're
like,
not
let
alone.
your
People,
agent.
we call, yeah, it's like you don't ever want to be a secret agent, but so many people feel like, oh my gosh, if I say that I'm a real estate agent, I'm going to come across like a car salesman. And it's like, no,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be like that. And
yeah,
for some reason, so many people get into real estate with like almost being ashamed of what they do. And it's like, you need to be bold and so confident in what you do that people they're attracted to you, because they're like, oh my gosh, look what she's doing.
And confidence doesn't have to necessarily come from knowing it all. Confidence can come from knowing that you have something to bless people with, right? You're going to serve them, and you have confidence that you can do that well. That could be an example of where your confidence comes. If your confidence comes from God, or your confidence comes from, I don't know everything yet, but what I'm learning excellently. So I'm on the right track. The confidence can come from that, and that's the mistake that so many agents make. My confidence can only come from the knowledge, and that's just not true.
Right. Yes. And you know what? I just had to learn that. And the thing is, when you're starting out, especially taking classes, you watch YouTube videos, because that's what I did. I've watched all these YouTube videos about, the successful part of real estate and the not so good part of real estate. And then you kind of start putting yourself in a bubble and in a box without even realizing, because I was doing that, because I was watching videos of people saying, oh, I didn't get my first sale until a year and a half, or I didn't do this. And I'm like, okay, let me lower my expectations a little bit. So the more you watch videos or about other people's stuff, you kind of you don't even realize that you're hindering yourself a little bit. And I had to get out there and actually start talking to people, like real people in my face, and getting their story, and getting their input on what's going on. So that helped a lot too.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yep, always getting out there. I feel like there's so many people that will just sit at home and not do anything.
Well, the other thing is, Kristen and I are constantly hounding people about the importance of who you surround yourself with. And I think that people forget that even who you listen to, who you read, what you are letting influence your mind is surrounding yourself. So if you're listening to, even YouTube videos that aren't inspiring and motivating and lifting you up and telling you you can and giving you, great advice, you're going to be sucked into what you got sucked into.
Or even look at people that watch the news every day. They're like completely like their brain is like they're crazy,
That's
you know?
right.
And so it's even who do you follow on Instagram?
Yep.
I mean, I had to sit and like snooze so many people because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's draining just looking at that stuff. And then I started following like all these, you know, spiritual people, all these business owners, all these women that inspire me. And it completely changes your experience when you're on social media.
That's right.
Yeah. And you know what? Like I said too, it's really just good to meet people in the same field that you're in, because I don't have any. I mean, I do now, one, because it so happened that when I was starting my journey, my best friend's boyfriend, he was starting the journey as well. So that's someone I know, but he's new as well. But I didn't know anyone in real estate, other than the agent that got me my first house. And I spoke to her. She was with Redfin at the time. And we were talking about that. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be wherever you are because I know you and you're going to help me and stuff. But, she was transitioning too. I'm with Keller Williams now, and so is she. And she was transitioning. So there was a period, like a few months, where, she wasn't there to necessarily be at my beck and call. And after watching videos, it's saying that real estate it's really a lonely career. You figure it out on your own. And I had to learn that it does not have to be that way.
Nope.
No, it does not have to be that way. I was like, oh, please don't think that that's true.
It is a really lonely business.
It is lonely, but it doesn't have to be
so many people.
Yeah.
I talk to so many people that don't know one person at their brokerage. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, your agent to agent relationships are so important. I don't care if it's different states, different cities, same city. Like, you need to know everybody. Like, I am so passionate about that.
That's why you do your whole connect and cultivate, because we speak with so many women everywhere that are lonely and feel like they're the only ones in their situation. And as soon as you surround yourself with excited, motivated, strong, encouraging people, the light goes on. It's amazing.
Yeah. And it's just all about having a conversation with people, because even there's a tech guy at my brokerage that's their specific days, and I would go every Tuesday just to see him. I'm like, just making sure everything's set up properly. And I didn't even know that he's an agent also. And randomly I started bringing up contracts and an easier way how to do it. And he was like, oh, I'm an agent and I can help you. So he sat with me and showed me how to go over the contract. And, he gave me advice about printing it out so I can make sure that I'm doing it, see how I do it each time and each forms that I need. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that you would help me with this stuff. And he's like, that's what I'm here for. I'm not just here for tech. I'm here to help. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So you just have to talk to people. And that's one of the things that I was scared to do, I guess. So just talking to people and having conversations gets you a far away.
Well, let's think. Speaking of that, you have had, here's what I was just thinking. Real estate and like life in general is already full of struggle and full of, and you know that very well with your daughters being sick and stuff. But why are we introducing anything negative into our brain, anything negative into our heads, surrounding ourselves with anything negative? Because the world throws that stuff at you naturally. We don't need to invite it.
Yeah.
Right. So like you're like, share with the audience how much you've had to overcome getting to the point where you are today, especially with your little girls and how sick they've been.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's been really hard because, like I said earlier, my kids are 1 and 2, and they're going, and then I put them in daycare. So they're both actively in daycare. They haven't been for a while, but it's a transition. They go through this phase where they're sick all the time, and starting a new career when you have to be home all the time with your kids can be a little bit discouraging, because like I said, I've surrounded myself with, I've been home, so I've just been watching videos about other people's journey. And I'm like, my timeline's a little bit different because I'm home. I'm not outside, I don't have anyone to watch my kids. And for instance, I would set up mentorship appointments with people, or open house opportunities, and I'm like, ugh, I have to cancel because my kids are not feeling well. And when kids are not feeling well, they want their mommy. That's who they
Mhm.
want. They're both so young, so it it was discouraging. And I spoke to my mentor. She's a mom as well of four older kids though, and I told her my situation, and she was like, I've been through that. She's like, probably every mom in real estate you find has been through that, because for some reason at that age they get sick all the time. Then maybe at 4 or 5 or so, then they're just fine. They're just, they have all the antibodies and everything. So it's just a phase they have to go through. She's like, it is what it is. Almost everyone goes through it, and you're going to be fine.
Yeah,
So
that's
Nice.
why it's so important to have like the right people around you too to help you and be intentional with who you're bringing into your mix in real estate too. Because if your kids get sick, who's going to cover for you, right? So I
right.
think that that's something to always think about, especially as a new agent. Like, don't wait till that situation comes up. Like, start building those relationships now to where it's like, okay, I have an open house scheduled. Who else could do this for me?
That's right.
Yeah, and also and it's good to have a good office, because my office, everyone's there is friendly and nice. And anytime, even yesterday, someone posted that their kid has a game, if someone could please do open house for them for a few
Mhm.
hours. And there were so many responses of, yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it. So the office that I'm in, I really like that. At first, I was so scared to go around often, but going there and meeting everyone has been really good. And there's a lot of moms there, a lot of moms
Mhm.
like that. So it's a
Well,
lot of moms to network with.
I think that I'm hoping, my prayer is that there's somebody out there that's maybe just a little bit discouraged, maybe not sure, how to maneuver early momhood and being new in the real estate, or even if you have some experience in real estate, listening and just knowing it's a season. And
Mhm.
there are plenty of us who've been through that. You can get through it. Surround yourself with the right people, have the great attitude and the openness that Amanda has, and you will get through it and have success. So I am so grateful that you were transparent and willing to share some of those struggles and some of the story that you have with our audience, because I just know that it will help somebody get through it.
Mhm.
And you know what? You just have to start. Honestly, you just have to start, because all you can do is learn and keep learning and take in information. Because my plan was to just wait. I was like, let me just wait until my kids are out of this phase, the sick phase. And then I'm like, no, because 2 years down the road, I'm gonna just be beginning. Why not just start now? So it's always good to have positive people around you, because my husband, he's been great. He's like, you know what, do it, join a team, get a coach. He's just, he's been telling me all these positive things, because I really wanted to do it by myself. And even talking to Christian, she said even she had a coach. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, I always have a coach.
yeah, I was like, oh really, I didn't know that. Maybe I need to get one. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, there's always room for growth no matter how long
Absolutely.
you've been in the business. I mean, Angela's gonna get a coach, and she's been in the business for 20
21
years.
years. I've
Yeah,
had coaches on and off my entire career,
and
you know?
coaches get coaches,
Yeah,
I also coach
absolutely.
agents, and you coach agents,
Yes.
but we also need to be coached
Mhm.
because
I coach her,
sometimes
she coaches me. I
yeah,
mean, you've got to have people speaking into your life or you get stagnant, and that's boring.
yeah, and it's accountability is huge too, to be able to say, "Before I get on a call with her, I have got to have my homework done." Like right now, I'm like, I got some homework to do.
Darn it.
Yeah,
Well,
I've,
thank you
I've
again.
had just a few conversations with the coach at my office so far, and he's given me so much ideas already. And, he helped me set up a business plan. And I'm like, I didn't fully think this through. Or he would say stuff like, you're still in the military. Why don't you there's a million recruiting offices
Mhm.
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Why don't
Mhm.
you go there and introduce yourself? I was like, I did not think about that. That did not cross my mind. So thank you.
See, it's totally worth it to bounce those ideas.
Yep, I
Yeah.
agree.
But it's been so great to have you on. And if anyone out there is listening and they want to be a part of the show or they want to be part of the event that we do twice a year, Flourish, you guys need to reach out to us. You can always look at theflourishevent.com to see when the next event is, or reach out to us on Instagram if you guys want to be a guest on the show, which is Moms in Real Estate.
Thank you guys so much. Amanda, thank you once
You
again.
are
and have a
awesome.
wonderful day.
Thank you so much.